A presentation of Truth and Life Institute, Boston, Massachusetts, and Oba, Nigeria. The following is a subsection of the book. Everyone is a Protestant. Written and published by Ifeanyi Chukwujima, scriptural scientist and a servant of God. This subsection's ID is Everyone is a Protestant, Book 33:2. Holiness and Temptations. To this date, grace still holds every evildoer accountable. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 14. Anyone who fills their wants before letting their fellow human beings fill their needs is an evildoer. Galatians 6 verse 2. As a result, we are all evildoers. How grace holds every evildoer accountable, and how long, on your behalf, grace exerts justice on your offenders, is not your business, but grace's alone. You do the science that is your life as commanded by God in the Bible, and grace, in real time, ties your science with the rest of mankind's, and in real time, dispenses justice as designed and commissioned by God. Philippians 2 verse 13. Human law enforcement tries to mimic this design of God's science of mercy. But because human systems despise God and have walked away from God, they resort to exacting revenge in the name of justice. Human laws are biased towards those at the fringes of society because they have no powerful connections to authority. Lacking the knowledge of the living science of mercy, the people that make human laws work to protect their interests and the interests of their benefactors. There is nothing in the human life and the human society which is outside God's living science of mercy, the science of life everywhere on the earth and in the universe. The choice is yours. You can either practice life following God's protocols for the living science of mercy, which are the commands of God in the Bible, and succeed. Or you can continue to practice life in accordance with your own invented science, the human science, and suffer the consequences of rejecting God's approved procedures for the infinitely advanced science that is your life. From what we were all taught, we never in our lives suspect that the commands of God in the Bible constitute a much superior science than human science. But if you understand it now, you have succeeded in removing from your eyes the blinders that were pulled over your eyes by your godless. Formal education. You are now ready to enjoy your life as God had designed life. God's righteousness is the only way to life, whether you are a renowned scientist, a devout religious person, or a nobody. The Venn diagram below is a depiction of the relationship between sin, holiness, and temptation. Your need automatically becomes a want in the face of someone else's more pressing need. Philippians 2 verses 1-4. Here is an example. You're about to eat the lunch in your hand, and a man falls into a ditch right before your eyes. You must postpone your lunch to help pull the man to safety, or you have sinned, because you have placed your want for immediate satisfaction of your hunger over someone else's immediate need for life and safety. 1 Corinthians 10 verses 23-24. Philippians 2 verses 3-4. See the diagram below. Holiness is not the absence of temptations in a person's life. Holiness is settling for needs, to avoid temptations that are brought by wants, for a better understanding of the intertwining of human desires and their impacts on the lives of those who have the desires. Figure 153. Holiness is not the absence of temptations in a person's life. Holiness is settling for needs, to avoid temptations that are brought by wants, and if temptations nonetheless arise, to, outright, refuse to give temptations any space in your mind. No one loses their holiness because they were tempted. Holiness is lost by succumbing to temptations and falling into sin. Ephesians 6 verses 10-17.